Per Fox Sports, we got head coach and quarterback duos ranked from 1 to 10.
Reed and Mahomes, number 1.
Reed and Mahomes, number 1. Spoiler alert, you did great there, Mike.
It's so far above everyone else. Let's just get that out of the way.
It's a unicorn. It's stating the obvious. It's head and shoulders better than everything else. Absolutely. Number 10, our own Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff. The reasoning behind it, Campbell, great coach, but some of his decision-making might be a little risky. Jared Goff has a low-key, really nice, pretty ball that he throws.
Okay. I think this is underrated. Because if I'm factoring in coach, quarterback, synergy, mindset, you have to factor in Ben Johnson.
Yes, that's what I was waiting for.
I think that's a little underrated, personally.
I agree.
Miami, we got the Tua and McDaniel combo. When Tua's healthy, there's no argument. There's an argument that he could be a Breeze, Sean Payton type of relationship. Still worry about Tua in cold weather situations, though.
Well, listen, that's been the Dolphins since
forever.
Again, if anyone expected them to go to Kansas City in negative 30 degrees and look good, it's almost like you're looking to make fun of them. They were never winning that game.
Right. And McDaniel's a really good coach, Drew.
He's an evil genius.
I think that 9 is fair, actually.
And this is where the list starts to get interesting a little bit, if you ask me. Dallas Cowboys, number 8, McCarthy, Prescott. Well, I know, 12 wins each of their last 3 seasons, but playoffs, where are they? This isn't a regular season good list. This is an entire season and playoff list.
But that's pretty much, Dak, as much as we make fun of him because of the playoffs, and as much as McCarthy, he did win a Super Bowl. I think 8 is fair as well.
7, Green Bay Packers, Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love. LaFleur really established himself as a top 5 or 6 coach in this league. Yep. Love on a pretty good trajectory himself.
It works. No, and again, I think LaFleur is finally running the offense he wants to run. He was never able to get that from Rodgers. You're seeing now he's got a guy he gets everything he wants out of. He has a little bit more of a control element, and he's helping launch his career. Yeah, I'm there. Say it again. I think the Lions and Packers over the next couple of years are going to have some absolute wars. I think it's going to be a lot like Steelers-Ravens used to be.
Do you think, though, that, I'm looking at Green Bay, it's still Jordan Love, not exactly as proven as I would like to have him on the top, like 10 or 5 or 6 or 7. Do you think that's a little high?
No.
No, you think that's right on?
For me, I think he's a top 5 quarterback.
I think that's a fair question. I want to see who will be omitted from this.
Brian Daboll, Daniel Jones.
Above the Cowboys, though, that's pretty high praise considering he hasn't won anything yet. Right. At least, the Cowboys have made playoff appearances, multiple runs. I'm also looking at number 6. We have the Bengals, Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow. Number 6, when healthy. The argument is Joe Burrow could put yourself in a championship game basically any given season.
No argument there.
And I think Taylor is a very good offensive head coach.
Number 5 on the list, Sean McDermott, Josh Allen. This is where I start to turn my head.
Whoa.
I'm out. You got a defensive head coach with a Cowboy quarterback. This wouldn't make my top 10. In fact, I think they should fire McDermott. So, exactly. I'm out on it. Stoney, this is all you if you want to support it.
No, I don't. That's why I made that noise. Wow, no. Bad.
Because it's another example of, maybe your regular season good, but you're not playoff good. You have to prove it, and he hasn't proven it yet. It's pretty simple. Number 4, speaking of, and this is kind of where I'm at with the head coach specifically, the Los Angeles Chargers, Harbaugh, Herbert. We haven't seen Harbaugh in the NFL in quite some time. I don't know how you can put him 4th on a list like this when he hasn't been here in quite some time.
Yeah, look.
That's accurate. His track record is pretty damn good in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the issue for me is Herbert going to be a fit for how Harbaugh wants to play? Herbert's been given a lot of latitude. He's used to cutting it loose, playing loose. Harbaugh's going to demand a lot more discipline. I don't know if there's a synergy there yet. I got to see that one to believe it.
That's kind of where I'm at. And could it end up at a 4, or 3, or 2? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has all the potential in the world.
Obviously, if this was a grade issue, it would be an incomplete.
Yeah, and I'm also, don't put me in a position where I have to defend Jim Harbaugh, but I will. It's going to take him a year, minimum, to get the players he wants roster-wise. That's a complete seed change from a team that had a lot of cap casualties and a lot of problems. It's going to take Harbaugh some time to get his guys.
Certainly a
I
lot
feel
of
disgusting.
Yeah, it is kind of gross, but there is potential, and it is, believe it when you see it, but it is possible. Number 3, you're going to absolutely hate this one, Mike. John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, number 3 on this list. Again, if this was a regular season list, it might be different. You can put him 3 or 2.
Yep, I'm there. But I think John Harbaugh might be the best coach in football. And Lamar, admittedly, regular season MVP. The playoff failings, I don't put it on John Harbaugh. Lamar either gets this right or he's going to be like Dominique Wilkins. Like, enough. This is ridiculous.
So at 5, you had the Bills, 4 Chargers, 3 Ravens, 2. It is Stafford McVay, stating McVay's coaching genius, and Matthew Stafford, underrated quarterback primarily because of his Lions years, but one of the league's better arm talents.
Yeah, I think the only 2 I have a real problem with, I think the Harbaugh-Herbert thing's a little high, and I think McDermott-Allen is a little bit high.
You know who I would put in the list instead of the McDermott deal?
Dayball and Tyrod Taylor.
No. You're going to laugh at me.
What?
Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy.
Okay, I'm not going to laugh at you. And I'll put my bias about Brock Purdy aside. It should be on the list.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
all I'm saying.
Okay, then you have to select someone to kick out of your top
Sean
10.
McDermott.
Sean McDermott is completely axed after.
Yeah, I think McDermott's useless. He's not an offensive coach, and he's a defensive coach whose defense blows.
Right. And his offense, it's not Josh Allen's fault that Diggs won't even be there this year.
I just find it interesting that on this list from Fox Sports, he's number 5, and you jettison him all the way out of the top 10.
Gone.
To replace. I don't have an issue with it. I like the logic behind it.
Gone.
That's all.
Yeah.
But I admit my bias. I think the Bills needed to move away from McDermott and get Josh Allen a real offensive coach. Now, what they'll tell you is we got him Joe Brady. But what did Joe Brady do when he came to town? He took the ball out of Allen's hands because he's an out-of-control cowboy, and they ran it more. Just saying.
Hey, let me ask you a hypothetical question.
Sure.
I'm sure you don't want to answer.
Carson back to the Giants, number 1 overall.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Because you said it pains you to give Harbaugh that year.
Yes.
That's not an option. Who would you rather have coach the Giants, Jim Harbaugh or Brian Daboll?
Well, I have to factor in it would take Harbaugh time to build the team.
I know.
Versus Daboll, who's into it. I wasn't against Harbaugh if they hired him instead of Daboll.
Right, I know.
But now that I'm into this rebuild, because of that, I'll just stick where I'm at.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
Harbaugh was a damn good NFL coach.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to regain that. You got to remember, it's almost 15 years ago when he had his run with the Niners.
Right.
I get a little nervous there. A little bit. Like a little bit of Jimmy Johnson vibes. A little nervous.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
Then that is your In Football Today.
Summer driving season is here. Combination of increased traffic, trucks, motorcycles, construction everywhere. Come on. It's summer in Michigan. Got a ton of car accidents. If you're injured in one of those accidents, you need to talk to injury attorney David Femininio. Him and his team help you right now. David doesn't take a fee till he wins your case. You can speak to David personally right now by calling 855-65-CRASH, or you can go to that website, getdavid.getpaid.com. All right, so we do it every week in the 4 o'clock hour, right around this time. It is our coworkers saying things, and we have to somehow, through very limited intel, piece together who said it. Kenny. Thank you very much. All right.
All right, are you all ready?
We're ready.
Yes.
Now, Stoney, here's the thing. You're normally on the other side of this.
I know.
So this is
It's still going to be something that I said this week on this show. You never know.
true. Kenny.
So, number one here. If you get an offer that can jumpstart your franchise, you have to listen. You just do. And the offer is going to be enormous.
Okay. Clearly, Scooble.
Yeah.
I know I've said something similar, but I don't know that I use the word enormous very often.
No, I'm going to say
You're flipping me off while you're doing it.
No.
I'm only kidding. What do you got?
it's got to be either. It could be anybody, but I'm going to say it's John
Why?
because he would use the phrase.
Enormous?
No, well that too, but jumpstart.
Jumpstart? That's
Yeah.
the trigger.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Jeff.
That sounds like something Costa would say in the morning at like 8:30 a.m. So I'm gonna go with Costa.
Actually, all he normally says is, and now it's time for news with Heather. I love how Jeff puts a time check on it. Yeah, it sounds like what he would say at 8:30. All right.
See, Jeff's trying to study to be Doug with a timestamp.
There it is. At 8:31 and
Yes.
30 seconds.
Yes.
I'll tell you what celebrity I saw in a UFO last night.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. All right. Kenny.
It's your turn.
Oh, mine?
I picked it.
You're right. I'm so used to you playing, and then I realize you're not David. Jeff kind of got me leaning Costa because I think he'd use an annoying word like enormous. And just saying the offer's really big. It would be like smarm-filled enormous. I'll go Costa. Kenny, who said it?
Oh, good.
God help me. Okay, thank you. I've heard enough. Next.
That was good.
Yeah, except it's a trick. Every time I tuned in, they were talking about what swimming holes people go to. I didn't even know they talk scuba. That's a trick by Kenny.
Come on, they talked to the Pope. John Paul Morosi.
Kenny, next, number 2.
Number two. Let's say I pay for somebody's OnlyFans photo. I get the photo. What's stopping me from giving that photo to somebody else or posting it online? I don't know how it all stays private.
Well, it's got to be in the morning show.
That feels like a news thing.
Yeah.
Like they're kibitzing about the news. But who would it be? Read it one more time. I want to listen on this.
Let's say I pay for somebody's OnlyFans photo. I get the photo. What's stopping me from giving that photo to somebody else or posting it online? I don't get how it all stays private.
Jim is more attuned, not to OnlyFans, but the way social media work as far as working the internet. So it's either Heather or John. I'm going to say Heather.
I'm gonna go with one out of left field here. I think it might be Gov. I could just see him like not understanding how anything works, and then asking that kind of question like your grandpa, your uncle would ask you at like a family party.
Oh, man.
I'm Tom. I don't know how OnlyFans works. That's what I meant to say. Hey,
All
it's
right.
Tom.
All right. Oh, man. I think we definitely have the right show. Would it be possible for Heather to have asked that?
Yeah, that's why I said Heather.
She has, there's a level of naivete there on certain topics
Right.
with her. And I wonder if she would have asked that, like, because they're also doing Cookie Jar and Dear John and these different things, and she participates. I'll say Heather. God, we know it's the morning show.
Right.
I think we all agree. Kenny, who said it? Yes! Yes!
High five. Mike and Mike.
Okay, I think we heard enough. Thank you.
We got that one.
We're off the hook. As long as you get one,
Yes.
you're on a free roll.
Correct.
All right, Kenny, number 3.
Number 3, I don't tune in to a major to expect Tiger to win, or that's not the first thing I want to see. I've always been, I want the guys to get the respect they deserve.
Definitely not us. We haven't mentioned a word about golf. So we're out of this. I could tell you that. Now, Doug has been alone this week. Would Doug have brought up golf?
No. It's got to be.
Would Kenny go back-to-back mornings? Is the 6 p.m. show eligible? Oh, damn it. Okay.
I'm going to say it's Tom. It's Tom. It's Gov.
Why?
Because he's not big on Tiger Woods.
Oh, I see. In the Tecumseh area. All right. Mike Stone says golf. Jeff.
I'm going to go with Rieger here just because if there's like any part of his show where he really doesn't know what to say, he'll just randomly start talking about golf. So I could totally see him saying that at the 6 o'clock show.
See, what would be interesting is I've only heard Jeff's show in that 6 to 6:30 window. Whatever he does past 8 p.m., it's a wild card because Wojo's gone.
Right.
There's no babysitter.
You're DVRing past conventions.
Oh, man. Where's Jansen stand on Tiger Woods?
He thinks he should be able to play as long as he wants, just like him. I mean, John's there. If the Lions call me today, I'm ready.
Yeah, sure he is. Too bad his hips aren't. I kind of want to go John because there's that very grandfatherly, I want them to get the respect they deserve. John cares about stuff that no one cares about. I'll just say Jansen just for the hell of it, but I'm really hoping it's Gov so I can play a bunch of Tom drops. All right, Kenny, who said it? Unbelievable. Kenny, number 4.
I've said it multiple times. The anticipation is at wrong one. I've said it multiple times. It strikes me that if Dan Campbell's your coach, we're just going to have to deal with the fact that he likes to go for it. It's who he authentically is.
God, that feels like Doug. Who else uses the word authentically?
But Doug is a fan of Dan Campbell. Costa, as we know, has questioned him.
Okay.
So that's why I'm going to go Costa.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Jim, it's this big sacrifice that he has to, accept the best coach the Lions have had in, decades. Jeff.
I'm just going to go around the board. I think it was Doug because they were playing cuts earlier this week from Dan Campbell, and it was 2 segments of their show.
Wait a minute. So my initial response is where you are. He tried to talk me out of it. You're reeling me back in.
Well, they had 2 really 2-minute cuts of Dan Campbell.
I'm going to go. I'm
going Doug. I'm going
Doug.
with
you, and now I'm going to get it wrong, and Stoney's on fire. But I will say Doug Karsh. Kenny, who said it? All right, Kenny, you can just thank you. Okay, thank you. That's enough. All right, I don't remember the last time I got 3 of these right. Hell, I don't remember the last time I got 2 right. So this is very exciting.
Good.
Last one, Kenny Cott. What do we have?
Everything right now, the anticipation is at a fever pitch. So I don't think there's been another season in any sport that has the anticipation of what this Lions team has right now.
Doesn't that feel like Costa?
This Lions team.
Costa's a boner for the Lions. Absolute Kool-Aid drinker.
Who uses this Lions team?
That didn't strike you as Costa?
It's possible.
Unless, do you think he'd go back-to-back Doug? It's not you or I.
No.
And the guys after us have been doing Scooble Redux. Or is it John?
I'm going to say John.
Why? You have to elaborate.
This Lions team. I think that would be more like him.
Jeff.
I'm gonna go with Kang again.
What?
Yes.
Double Kang?
Yes.
If you can collect it, he'll talk about it?
They were talking about the show Receiver today, all week actually. Also, they've been kind of just like, oh, there's no sports going on. What do we do? What do we watch?
Well,
So,
there's plenty of sports going on.
I
Look
think
harder.
It's Kang. I think it's Kang.
Okay. You're going John. Jeff's going Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Double Kang? I don't know in the history of Who Said It if we've gone double Kang.
He does talk a lot.
Well, especially when there's Gator's not here. So, yeah.
Even when he's here.
Leave it. Read it one more time and I'll guess immediately. Go.
Everything right now, the anticipation is at a fever pitch, so I don't think there's been another season in any sport that has the anticipation of what this Lions team has right now.
I'm sticking with Costa, but it's going to be Kang and I'm going to be upset. Kenny, Who Said It? God bless it! Okay, that's enough. Can I ask a question?
I'm going to hear him say this.
What do you want to hear?
Okay. This Lions team.
Why does he talk so slow?
I don't know.
It's like watching a movie. You're waiting for John to finish that monologue. Ah!
That was a marathon, boys. That was a marathon.
That was a lot of time to get to that. And that, Mike Stone, in Fuego, that is Who Said It.
Hey, by the way, hold on 1 second. Coming up next, some Red Wing news that I'm not sure Kenny's going to be happy about.
Thanks for that, Stoney.
97-1. All right, so Stoney had a little bit of a radio tease here. We got a little Red Wing news.
Yeah.
And then how the global IT outage ruined Stoney's day.
Yes, indeed. All right. It's not major. It's not unexpected, but maybe something else can happen out of this. The Red Wings have avoided arbitration, so to speak, and they've settled with Joe Valeno.
Oh, thank God. I
Thank
was lying
God.
awake at night.
2 years, 2.275 a year. That
Okay.
seems a little pricey to me.
Uh,
And I there's a rumor out there that him and maybe somebody else might be shipped to Montreal for 2 players, too, I saw.
really?
So
that's the bigger story.
Yes,
there.
that's
We're getting Slapkowski. I'm kidding. I'm
Yes.
kidding.
Yeah.
Tony,
Everyone
do you
knows
care
that's
to
not possible.
elaborate?
I forgot the guys' names who were part of the trade. It's such one of those weird online sites that it's not one that is highly respectable. Put it that way.
It's a dirt sheet for hockey. It's not
Yes.
not reputable, but it's
Correct.
where the rumors lead.
Yes, I'll try
So
to find it out
give
next
you-
break.
I'll give you what is the only right answer in this town as it would pertain to this move. Whatever Steve does is good enough for me. Because if you say anything else, you're the Antichrist. So, I'm sure Steve has a great reason.
I guess that's a decent amount of money for basically a fourth line player, right?
Yeah, Cap's going up. He's a bottom six player. It's a nothing burger for me. If you're freaking out about $2 million, I don't know.
I'm not freaking
No,
out about
no.
anything.
No,
Whatever
not
Steve
either.
does is good enough
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
All
I don't
right.
think it's a big deal.
All right.
I'm not thrilled with it. I'm not upset with it. It's nothing.
Now, I understand there is this tech outage that is actually still affecting a lot of people around this country. I have a good friend of mine who lives in North Carolina who his daughter and his sister were planning to visit them this weekend. But the daughter's flight from here was canceled. And the last I heard, his sister's flight, which was supposed to leave Newark Airport at 8 o'clock in the morning, she got there at 5:30, still hasn't taken off yet. So there are flights and this is because of this outage. Now, how's that affected me? We've been watching Saratoga, and I finally saw something that I kind of wanted to place a few shekels on. And I went to my my gambling website, and it's shut down. I can't go through. We understand there's problems and
It's
yada, yada, yada.
banking. It's
Yes.
medical. In New York, the courts, like Secretary of States. I don't know if it's here, but I read in Massachusetts. Dude, this the outage, it was affecting even simple things like people attempting to go and get their coffee in the morning, all the way to serious stuff like paychecks not being deposited
Or
at
even
banks.
Even here, they couldn't get the computers to turn on their computers when they came to
now
work
the
today.
biggest thing is airlines like Delta and United. There was a global ground stop.
Right.
Like I woke up early this morning and you had already seen like JFK and LaGuardia had canceled like 100 flights, which at that point, the whole day is going to be fugazi.
Oh, yes.
It's over.
Right.
LAX, there's lines out the building
Right.
for people to try to rebook. Like it's chaos.
So
and
I
they
wanna-
don't have a solution. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, they some of the stuff has gotten back to normal, obviously, but some of it hasn't. And they did rule out a cyber attack. So that's good news if they want to say good news. But I was curious if it affected any of our listeners. 248-539-9797. Whether you were going away on vacation or going anywhere. Or, like Mike mentioned, if you were looking for something to be deposited in your bank and it's just not there.
Medical stuff.
Yes. I saw-
Vendors everywhere.
I saw one of the local news shows, not the local, national morning shows, that major hospital groups canceled all non-emergency surgeries, basically, non-essential surgeries.
Wow. Jesus.
I think it was Mass General or whatever.
Wow.
I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know, it just show. Look, I'm not going to sit there and say, I wish we didn't have computers. But, you know, when they go down or something happens, the world sometimes comes to a stop.
No one realizes how fragile it all is.
Right.
No one. I mean, knock Wi-Fi out. I mean, look what happens.
Yes.
Chaos.
I know.
Just
No.
seeing the pictures of the airports just completely overrun with people trying to get new flights. It was unbelievable. I can't imagine what it was like for the medical industry.
Well, an airline travel's already crap.
Right.
Right.
There's
So you
already-
really don't need much to push that into
Right.
fully untenable
Could you
range.
imagine if you woke up this morning, intentions to get on that Delta flight to Albany to go to Saratoga, and your flight was canceled?
I would have just rented a car. I
Okay.
never would play. No, I just wouldn't play this game. Like, I mean, I'm not. Now, again, if you're flying to California, that's different.
Right.
But if my flight's canceled, or if I know it's going to take 7, 8, 10 hours to get on an airplane, the net, I'll just get in the car and drive. I'll be there in 9 hours.
Hopefully that computer at Hertz or wherever it's working so you can get your car.
Good call. Okay.
This one's alarming, by the way. I see a ticket text here. I work in the burglary alarm industry. Systems were not reporting alarms.
Whoa.
That's tough.
Wow. That's Jesus. Wow. Yeah, pretty scary stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, here we got somebody affected, but we can knock down a call or two, and then we'll get to the football.
Yeah.
Ryan, go right ahead. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
I'm good, B. What's up?
So my brothers and I, my father, were going out to the Open, and we got canned on a Delta flight, so we had to push it out to tomorrow night.
You're going to the British Open. The Open.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully
Royal
you.
Troon.
Wow.
Big bummer there. We got, it's a lottery, so we won the lottery for Sunday, so we don't know if we're going to be able to make it, but we're doing our best.
Holy. So are you on the next flight that gets out of there?
Yeah, they got us on a 450 out of DTW tomorrow, so, you got to fly through the night, and then hopefully we show up in time to make it, but we'll see.
Jesus. Yeah, Brian, I
I
tell
want to
you.
let you boys know.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, and again, it was just something that I read it early this morning. I didn't feel like it was getting the attention it deserved, where you're like, wait a second, banks aren't working? Like
Yeah.
airline full global stop. You're like, where's the coverage of this?
Yeah. I mean, we got a company email talking about the cybersecurity. It's caused global disruption, yada, 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 here at Odyssey.
There's another one here.
But nothing ever works here anyways.
That's true.
I was thinking this goes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yes, Kenny.
I work for a bank. We have clients closing on cars and new home purchases, but the loan documents could not be sent out.
Yeah. Well, think about this too. It's obviously no secret. You got a ton of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. If paychecks aren't deposited on a day auto drafts are happening, that could be a ridiculous issue.
Correct.
So I just from small things to big thing, I was like, and like I kept reading about like, oh, it was an update to the cybersecurity.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? That doesn't. And I'm not a tinfoil person, but
No.
I'm sorry. I read that and I go, really? Is that what you want me to believe? Is that what we're doing? No,
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy.
Let me go to Robbie and then we'll get to football. It's much simpler. Robbie, go ahead, buddy.
Guys, long-time listener, second-time caller.
Welcome.
Thank you. Called Stoney, believe it or not. Back in the 90s, he had a show with Scott Mitchell. He was in a bar. Anyway, rambling on a bit for myself, and he hung up on me. Then Scott said, oh, I like that guy. What are you doing? Anyway, sold the car today on Marketplace. The guys went to the bank to get the money out, came back, 2 different chases, said, nope, sorry, can't take cash out. Pain in the ass.
Wow. So did they give you any idea of when this is going to be fixed?
0. I have no clue.
Isn't that the part that trips you out, Robbie? You go, wait a second. Something as important as, financial institutions or cash flow. Not only is it crazy that they got knocked out, but then there's no timetable for a fix?
And here's the thing, too. I am a tinfoil hat guy. I see conspiracies everywhere. But on this one, I really don't think so. I've heard from the CrowdStrike guy already. It was a problem with in thetheir internal system. So
Okay.
All right, I got one question for you, Robbie. What conspiracy do you believe in the most that most people think you're whacked out on?
Well, I don't share it often, but most recently it popped up today with the shooting on Saturday. There's this gal right behind him that didn't flinch during when the bullets are flying by. She just whipped out her phone. She's just sitting there like she expected it. Really, really weird stuff.
Okay.
That's
So
Robbie.
there's that.
Yeah, that's out there.
If the
All
tin
right.
hat fits, wear it.
Like I mean, here I'll share one, and then we're getting to football. You know what mine's always been?
What?
I always feel like they do have the cure for cancer, but they make a lot more money treating us than curing us. Like, think about it. Big Pharma runs the whole country.
The only one I ever believed in was that the first lottery was fixed that the Knicks got Ewing.
Frozen envelope.
Yes.
I like that one.
That's the only one.
Perfect.
The Red Wings should have won a draft lottery by now, damn it.
Shout out Lafreniere. Okay, football next, 97.1. Oh, there's nothing that brings me joy like explaining horse betting to Kenny. He wanted to play his birthday. He's a May 9th baby. And he goes, "Oh, what's the 5?" I go, "You don't want to do that. Horse is 51-1.
Let's look at. It dropped to 43-1. I'm watching it right
but
now.
I told him, I go, a $2 exacta, 5.9 ice cold. It'll pay you $1,140. He goes, "I'll give you the $2 right now. You may as well light it on fire."
Me and Steve Eiserman can't be wrong. We share the birthday. Let's go. Give you the two. I'll give you $4
Kenny, put
right now. What
$20
does that
on
pay?
it, take home $12,000. Call it a day.
My 1-6 isn't horrible. 8-1 and 6-1.
Poor Stoney's been hunting a 1-6 exacta at Saratoga for 3 days. Listen, one question we wanted to ask. Now, if you wanted the baseball talk, Odyssey.com rewind, you can go back and get it. But we wanted to ask one question before the week was out. You know, we dabbled in it early in the week, but EA Sports College Football 25 has been out, if you got the early access, since, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And today it's out for everyone. I would just as a background topic in the 5 o'clock, because I know you have a Jim Leland thing you want to do. Has the game lived up to the hype? And has it irreparably damaged your relationship? 248-539-9797. Jeff, our call screener, took a rather official approach, telling his girlfriend, quote, simply, "I will not be available this week, out of office." So Jeff just shot across the bow. I will return to the office Monday, July 22nd. I would just love to know, because again, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. If you've had the game since Monday, did it live up? Did the 11-year wait live up? Or are you like Stoney? You just feel time passed you by, your thumbs no longer work, and you can't functionally play a video game.
Well, I tried. I said, you know what, I'm going to try. So I got my alma mater, and I couldn't find, how I could actually get a team together because we don't have a team.
Poor American University. But again, ticket text, you can feel free. I just would love to know what the early returns are. And has there been a negative side effect on the home front? 248-539-9797. But you have a Leland thing you wanted to bring.
Jim Leland, who is one of my favorite human beings that I've ever covered and met and really liked in my time here in Detroit, will be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown this weekend. And there's two things, one somewhat serious, one not. As much as I love Jim Leland, is he really a Hall of Fame manager? Won one World Series, right, with the Florida Marlins. Went to 2 here. We know how those turned out.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have his, I assume, name on the wall of jersey retired August the 3rd, I believe, without getting a World Series championship. So do we think of Jim Leland as a Hall of Famer? I'm biased, so I say yes. If I was just looking at this from afar, I might be different. But more importantly, Jim Leland, like a lot of older managers in their time, were called by announcers and other people in baseball skipper.
Oh,
and to me, the term skipper,
I hate it.
if it's not the older managers, I kind of got it. But to me, skipper was like an old television show called Gilligan's Island. Look it up if you don't know it. What other monikers in sports do you just can't? Either you loathe or you love.
You touched upon one of
Skipper's the worst.
I hate it. I cannot stand when grown men call a coach, "Hey, Skip." I hate it. It's abhorrent. It's ridiculous. To answer your first question,
because I know you're not big on awards and things.
I'm
like
not
that.
huge on it, but the man managed in the range between 3,500 and 4,000 career games.
Yeah.
And he's got almost 2,000 wins. You've got a World Series title, which is vital. You've got multiple World Series appearances.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is a lot of how I feel has to do with the fact that Jim Leland is the last of a dying breed of manager.
Pretty much.
I could watch his clip burying Barry Bonds at spring training forever. I could watch him hiding a cigarette in his hand in the dugout forever. I like Jim Leland a lot. He was very good to our station, very good to me. There's no negativity there. I wish he would have gotten it done.
Yeah.
I know he badly wanted to get it done here, but I would lean yes to Hall of Fame.
So
I
would I.
don't have a great problem with it. I know Rieger had an issue. I think it was Rieger about Jim Leland Day, and he's like, he didn't win a World Series here. And I'm like, right, but if I ask you for famous managers, you're going to name either Sparky or Jim Leland.
Oh, yes.
As far as Tiger managers.
Correct.
And in a franchise that's got a 125-year history, you just – my answer would be yes, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's this first ballot, undisputed,
Right.
no.
Not a slam dunk.
But I think he's in.
Yes.
And I'm happy that he's getting it.
Yes.
Because really,
He's a baseball guy.
you're just not going to see that type of manager anymore. You're not going to get that Earl Weaver type guy, the Lou Piniella type guy. You're not. And there are times this year where I know I found myself wanting AJ to do some Leland things.
Right.
And that's not fair to AJ, and it's also not how it works in today's game.
Right. As far as like, so Skipper.
Stop. Please don't even say it. I don't even like it if you drive a boat. There's no reason for it.
You know what another one that I learned that you didn't like was when one of the update people would say the Tigers will play host to the Minnesota Twins this
Right.
weekend.
Stop right there. Just say they're playing the Twins. I hate it. Oh, they're set to tangle with. They're not tangling with anyone. They're playing a game.
You know what else I don't like, and I've used it before too, because you're used to it as you grow up. It's the third game of the series, okay, of baseball in particular.
Oh, the rubber bats.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, he said rubber. That's
I don't think anyone had that reaction, but okay.
yeah. I mean, what the hell is that? I mean, I know what it is, but
Jeff, save us, please.
no.
Okay. Yo, Mike, when our update people do this, they're like, the Twins will entertain the Tigers.
They're not
tonight."
entertaining. Is there
That
finger
always made me
food?
so mad.
Is there hors d'oeuvres? Strolling apps? They're not entertaining anyone. They're playing. Like I also, it sounds like an anti-update guy thing, but it's like, the Pistons are preparing to take on the Bulls. No, they're not. They're asleep. Shoot-around's not till 5. Like, stop.
While we're going for update, guys, how about how about during the football season when it's Tuesday? The Lions are off today. How's that news?
Right. Oh, it's a practice day today.
How's that an update? My favorite is when some guys try to get creative and make up their own. Like I love him, John Bloom, who's now the play-by-play voice of the Phoenix Suns. When he happened to mention hockey on the cold floor tonight.
What?
I've never heard that once in my
Yeah,
life,
he made
and
it.
I hate it. If I hear that, I will lose it.
He's out of it. But when he was an update to be different, he would call hockey games.
The
and say,
cold
on
floor?
on the
Kenny,
wing, the wing.
Kenny.
The cold floor.
Oh, the Maple Leafs come to town to take out the Wings on the cold floor tonight at
Chair
LCS.
drop.
They'll be entertaining the Wings on the cold
Yeah, just mix them all together. They'll be entertaining the Wings on the cold floor.
while who they host.
New Zealand alone set to entertain the Lightning tonight. Let's hear from the skip. I can't stand it.
Or how about in even soccer when they'll call the goalie the keeper?
But soccer's very aloof.
I know.
That's the difference.
But he would be a
You can't call it a
goalkeeper.
tie. It's a draw.
Yes. Or it's not a uniform, it's a kit.
Kit. Yeah. Oh, the hockey people do that. The sweater.
I like the sweater. I
Yeah,
love that.
they haven't been sweaters since the 50s. Now, listen. You can dial in or take a text on the college football 25 deal. Has it lived up to the hype? Is Jim Leland a Hall of Famer? You tell me.
Is he a Hall of Fame skipper?
With the skipper, enough. I hate it. It's so bad.
Well, you know what? The one person who I'd never mind using that term, God rest his soul, Jim Price. He would always use the term, and for some reason, it didn't bother me when he said it.
Okay, it bothered me greatly, and now I'm the bad guy because Jim Price is not here anymore.
No.
And I'm saying I didn't like it.
No, you're not.
Thank you for it's
No.
80 and sunny, and you vilified me.
No, it's okay to me.
I hated when he did it, okay?
When old guy.
And I also didn't
talks-
like when he said batting third. I didn't like it.
Well, that I didn't like either. But old guy referring to another old guy's skipper is okay.
No, it is not, Michael.
What about the old yellow hammer? I miss the old yellow
Okay,
hammer.
we're not doing this. We're not. Just stop. Look. No,
Nice area.
stop.
Put the buggy whip on that one.
Everybody stop immediately. Cease and desist. 248 53.
See, it's Friday. We're having fun.
Yep, it's a blessing.
We're not curing cancer.
Listen, I know last night we were promised a lot of things as far as cancer, dementia, and my dog's cancer. Not sure if those things are coming through. But yes, I got to laugh. Thank you, DJ. All right. Summer Shandy. Look, it's Friday night. It's 85. Kenny's going to have a daiquiri weekend. But on his way home, Old Nation. The Shandies are in stock.
Love Shandies.
They're going to sell out. This is the deal. And our listeners, full credit, because the minute we started talking about it on the air, these things, they're gone. I'm just pumped up Old Nation actually spent some money on the can this go around. It used to look like Duff beer from The Simpsons.
Oh, really?
Now it's got lemons on it. It's actually a proper can for the best shandy on the market. It's made right here in Michigan. Bottom line, get it before it's gone. There's no better beer to pair with your weekend than Old Nation Shandy. Sold wherever good beer is found. 21 and up. Old Nation Brewing Company reminds you to please drink responsibly. It's Old Nation Brewing. All right, got a couple of different things in the mix. If you want to talk Tigers, they're back at it tonight. We tried to discuss kind of the not second half, because they're basically 100 games into this. But how does it all play out? Flaherty on the mound tonight. A, stay healthy. B, really hope he can give you 5 or 6 really nice innings, because after this, there's no guarantee he makes his next start. It just stay healthy. We need that spinal cord in one piece. Kenny, ticket texts are flying in. Leland Hall of Famer. Also, did College Football 25 live up to the hype? Kenny said it is mania on the ticket text, so please sort through.
Mike and Stoney, quote, F the update guys.
That's not. The skipper thing drives me nuts. And then Stoney touched on a couple other things, and then the floodgates were open. Oh, it's a practice day for the Lions. Every day's a practice day.
Update guys, when a team, quote, looks to get revenge against after a loss against a previous game, no, they just want to play and win a game. That's from Matt in Detroit.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad the people notice these things.
Or revenge against for a game that took place 2 years ago.
Right.
That's not just update guys. That's other people too.
When Scott Hansen says, we have a situation, I hate that guy. That's from Jason.
Okay, time out. You're hitting on something, and if we start this, we're not going to stop.
Okay,
This is the Pringles of rage for me, because once you pop, you can't stop. If you get me started on Scott Hansen, that douche, I cannot stand this man. He ruins my life in football season.
Really?
I mute Red Zone. Here's the deal, Scott. First of all, this guy's a liar. No one believes you sit there for 12 hours and don't urinate. Just stop.
Maybe he's a diaper.
Stop. Also, stop the double box. The only people who enjoy that are those who want to incur seizures. No one can possibly process a double, a triple, a quad, or an octobox. Third, if a team has the effing ball in the red zone, you don't need to take me from that game so I can see some hee-hee or ha-ha from another game only to bounce back to said game. Just stay.
Especially if it's a field goal.
Right. Stay in the red zone. I don't care. It can wait. But this guy, then I'm taking my headset off because I'm pissed.
Oh, boy.
This guy, no, Mike, it's not funny. I want to watch it. This SOB thinks he's the belle of the ball. Buddy, here's the deal. The producer's in your ear telling you what's going on. You're nothing more than a traffic cop. So get a vest and go stand with a stop sign in your hand.
So basically, you should have got the DirecTV version done Siciliano, right?
I had it back in the day, and then I just got rid of the DirecTV in sum total.
Right. That's
Listen,
what I mean.
I don't want any of it. If they would just do a red zone that didn't have a red zone guy, I'd be the happiest guy in the world. Just put the game on. And then he's always got to do the shilling for the league. And the guy's sitting there crying, tears rolling down his face. Oh, it's the stand up to cancer. Yeah, Scott, you're going to tell everybody that barely any of the money goes to cancer research? It's a greed fest. You phony. I hate him.
Next text, Kenny.
I hate him. Oh, we got a situation in Cincinnati. No, you don't. It's a 1-yard loss.
Come on, it's the witching.
And the Dolphins are on the 7-yard line.
It's almost the witching hour.
It's where wins become losses and losses become wins.
Oh, wins become losses and losses become wins. And my TV dines on the bullet. I hate him.
Another sports term I always hated was when guys say when the guys are stuck on the bench, say they're riding the pine. Makes it seem like they're on some illustrious adventure.
Right, like it's like Hoosiers. Benches haven't been made out of wood since 1983.
Last one of those. I cringe when Rieger calls home runs dongs. LOL.
But it's funny because it's from Rieger.
But he does it on purpose as well. But I understand the point.
Yes. What do you like, dingers?
No, they're home runs.
Okay.
If you want, you can call them bombs. I don't know, but not what Rieger does. I'm not going to say it because then that'll turn into a drop. Leave me out of it.
So this one's rather unfortunate. I bought the game, but I can't play it because of the Microsoft hack.
Oh,
what?
You know, we didn't even think about that when we were talking about the outage today.
So if you have an Xbox, which is the Microsoft system,
Jeff just said Xbox was down last night. Because
you can't even turn it on? You can't just You can't just play offline? Like you got.
So last night when I got home, it was around like 8:30.
Okay.
I tried to like even turn my Xbox on. I couldn't even sign into my account. So my account like holds the ownership over the game. I can't even start the game.
Oh my God! And after you told your girlfriend you weren't available till Monday, unbelievable.
She found other plans.
Whoa.
I guess she did.
Whoa! Come on. I don't know him well enough, and I've never met her. I can't joke about it now.
I didn't. I just said she
Stoney,
made
I
other
know
plans.
exactly where you were going.
No, not me.
No, never.
Not with my Tony Barbados shirt.
I just love the fact I go, oh, look at you, little Mr. Tommy Bahama. You go, no. It's a knockoff. It's Tony Barbados.
The Admiral Nelson of shirts.
Yes, it is.
But I respect it because he knows you're Floral Friday.
Right.
And Stoney really wanted to be involved today.
Tony,
Yes.
I appreciate your participation.
Hey.
Even if it is off-brand, I'm off-brand Kenny. I
I
understand
know.
that.
Very true. Next.
The sin bin is so cringe. That just came in. I can take it or leave it.
I
sin
like
bin.
the sin bin because it's been around for so long. I like that one. I don't
Take
like
it
when
or
they
leave it.
change it. Like when I told you guys before, when the boards in hockey became the wall. What is this?
When did quarters in basketball become periods, too? I've heard that one recently.
That's been around for a while,
I
actually.
didn't like it.
I love the fact people are responding to this and not Jim Leland.
It's okay.
We've really lost the battle.
Derailed it real quick.
Yeah, we lost the battle.
The game is fantastic, much better than Madden has ever lived up to the hype. Of course, it has. Currently the head coach of Coastal Carolina.
Ah, the Chanticleers.
The dogs. Was that the coach who said we have too many dogs out there?
What? Jamie Chadwell?
There was a coach, the coach of Coastal Carolina.
It was Jamie Chadwell for a while.
Maybe it was somebody before.
Then it was Tim Beck.
Okay, maybe it was Chadwell. There was a coach from Coastal Carolina football.
All I know is I hate watching him on TV because that turquoise turf, you get a migraine. I can't handle it. Between that and Boise, have you seen Eastern Washington?
They're red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, try watching that.
It's like Orchard Lake St. Mary's High School. They're all red.
Just how about we leave it alone? The worst is Eastern, which again, it's the worst football program God has ever created.
Come on, TJ Lang Field? No.
It's a joke.
It's Max Crosby Field.
It's a joke.
I know.
The whole program's a joke. First of all, your coach is dressed in a bowling shirt. Second of all, the turf is gray. It makes you feel like your TV's broken. Then they had the disaster. They couldn't enter the field because their own cinder blocks collapsed upon them. It's just the whole thing. Please, just shut it down.
I have some good news and some bad news for Jeff. The good news, I have an Xbox and I've been playing all day. So maybe when you get home, you'll have it.
Okay, the bad news?
She may have found a plumber. That's all the text.
You can't, dude.
It's the text. It's not me.
Hey, Culligan, man.
I'm not.
Whoa.
I can't make fun of somebody who I don't know. That's just not fair.
Sure it is.
I don't know Jeff Wallner. If it's you or Kenny, it's different. I've got years of equity built up. I'm not gonna go after this guy's girlfriend. I don't even know if she's real. He might be lying to us. She might even not be a real person. All right, that's just not again.
Oh, my God.
All right, please.
All right, changing gears. Wife and kids are out of town for a few days. I hope it lives up on my way home from work right now. That's from Matt.
There you go.
Okay, so this one's kind of mean.
And still no Jim Leland Hall of Fame.
No Jim Lee Hall of Fame. This has dominated the text. This one's kind of spiteful and unpleasant. You are okay with men playing a children's video game, yet you have a topic but you draw the line at Skipper. Huh.
Yeah, I do. One's an offensive term, and the other is something that is like what is it, an $8 billion industry?
Yeah.
It ain't 10-year-olds playing.
Right.
Sorry. Hey, I'm a child of the 90s. My bad. Tecmo Bowl was big in my household. Yes. Yeah, I have a problem with Skipper. I stand by it. And Scott Hansen. Those are my two hills.
Stand your ground, man. Nobody's going to stop you.
I'm dying on these hills.
What would happen if Scott Hansen did the play-by-play for the college EA game?
Mute or wouldn't buy it. Okay. I loathe him. I cannot stand him.
What was he before this, by the way? Was he like a game show host? Was he a sportscaster? You know what? I'll just have to look.
Mike.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know he's from Rochester.
Rochester, Michigan?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow. American sports journalist, it says here.
Journalist? Really?
He went to Syracuse and he went to Bishop Foley.
Oh, stop with the please. Please. He already torments about 20 weeks of my year. Please stop.
Here's the last one on the things that you don't like in sports. Anytime in hockey, when the nickname of somebody is just putting a Y, an ER, or an S at the end of
That
the last
is a
name.
quintessential hockey thing.
100%.
And I don't mind it.
I love it.
I don't mind it.
Like Shore and the character Shorzy, Mike. You know that show.
I know the show.
Shorzy's great.
I know the show. I have not watched it yet. I am well aware of it.
Scott Hansen was a long snapper at Syracuse. It was a teammate of Marvin Harrison. Wow.
Why? Why is this happening? Stop.
He was an intern at Channel 7.
Okay. First of all, shame on Channel 7. Second of all, no, because, okay, we go quad box. Does anyone enjoy the quad box? No, because you have no idea what's going on. The players are the size of ants, and there's no audio. It doesn't serve anyone.
You can't make fun of him. Because he grew up in a religious-based home. He's gone on to mission trips from the Missionaries of Charity in Nairobi and locally in Los Angeles.
Hey, ready? Here you go. Here's my response.
He has an octobox of philanthropy, Mike.
That's
okay.
right. He probably went to the same classes as our friend the D's. He graduated Syracuse in 93.
Stop! Can anyone in Ticket Text Land just back me up? Can somebody be a free thinker?
If you're a friend of Scott Hansen or a relative and you're listening, give us a buzz.
You know you don't like this guy. I don't care if he's Mother Teresa off the air. I'm only talking about on. I don't care if he nurses baby goats with his own nipples. I don't care. I don't like him. He's bad.
He was an anchored reporter for WPBN in Traverse City.
Turn his mic off immediately, will you please? Being number one is not easy. It takes years of experience, dedication,
At least he's not Chris Hansen.
and determination. Number one mattress purchased by millions every year is Serta. They got the experience with 111 years making the world's most comfortable mattresses, and they make them right here in Michigan. Hot summer days, you need a great night's rest on a cool, comfortable Serta mattress. Go to Serta.com to find a retailer near you. That's Serta.com. All right, listen, Northville Lumber. We've talked about them for a long time. Oldest company in the state. They even predate Stoney. It's simple. Largest Trex decking outlet in America. Nobody stocks more. Nobody sells more because it's all in their warehouse. You don't need a middleman. You don't wait for it. No shipping times. You buy it, you get it, you build it. Some of it as low as $1.59 a square foot. You could be on your deck right now listening to our nonsense. So get into Northville Lumber and get the product you need. They'll intro you to a Trex certified pro, and you will get that deck built, and you will enjoy your summer. Just call Northville Lumber today or go to northvillelumber.com. That's northvillelumber.com. All right. Mark Ryan is with us. He's coming up next.
Absolutely.
We have a baseball, I would assume.
Oh, absolutely, my friends. I've got the importance of an ace like Skubal in winning the World Series. What does the historical data say on that? How about teams that have been 7 games back at the break making a run to the playoffs? How often does that happen? But I can't help but notice that you guys are in a green and white floral exuberance today.
Kenny, it's Floral Fridays.
This
is what's required.
Is
Kenny
that
demands.
a thing?
Yes.
That is something I've implemented on Summer Day Fridays during.
It's Floral Fridays,
yeah.
and then once we get to the fall solstice, it turns into Flannel Fridays. It's just a Kenny.
Oh, you guys all wear the John Jansen catalog? Is that what you do?
Yes.
This is unbelievable. Imagine coming into the studio, guys, and seeing Mike and Stoney looking floral and green.
I know.
This is an incredible thing.
It's just Kenny started it, so we don't want to hurt Kenny's feelings. No, here's the thing, Mark. We were talking off the air. Like Stoney and I have said it this week. We haven't made fun of anyone who wants to keep him.
No.
But keeping him, okay, then I'm going to need Chris Ilitch to get the checkbook now, meaning got to extend him, and you need to spend, and we need to build a baseball team. We can't just – you brought up a great example. I don't want to steal it if it's on your show.
No, it's okay.
You brought up the Angels. Keeping Skubal and not spending is the equivalent of what you've done to Mike Trout and Ohtani.
Well, you've made him irrelevant.
It's a waste of everyone's time.
The Angels have become that team where players go to die.
Correct.
They tried with what's his face, Rendon. And
boy.
Yeah, right.
He gave you the Prince Fielder, I got kids, man.
I know.
Uh-oh. But no, I'm going to be fascinated. The odds have never been in the favor of him getting dealt.
No.
But what we've wanted to see, and I don't know what your stance is, I just want Scott Harris to play the game. Show me you're a Shark. Show me you're a Dombrowski. Play the game. Procure an offer and then counter it and make the other team say no. Show me.
The insider I spoke to yesterday said to me that he believes, look, they're not going to trade him. Then he says they really don't want to trade him, and they're only going to trade him if they get an offer that blows them away.
Good.
And the question is, what is the offer that blows them away? Now, what this all tells me, the fact that they don't have more of a sense of urgency to move him, is that, Mike, on some level, they think they can resign him. And so, you know, Stoney, when you were in the locker room with Rieger,
right,
and you guys had that exchange, we've played that a number of times, it's a little discouraging to me because what you want to hear that you're not hearing is, I'd love to be here. Instead, what he says is, I leave all that to my agent, which is exactly what players say when they want to be traded, when they want out. And that's concerning.
Here's the deal. The other angle to it as well. All right, here's the offer I would say yes to. We did it on yesterday's show. And I don't care what the Orioles want or don't want, because here's the deal. Corbin Burns is gone. Bradish is dead. Means is dead. You're not winning the World Series with this rotation. Guys, do you want insurance on Burns leaving? Do you want a Cy Young caliber lefty in the top three of your rotation? Is Burns, Skubal, and G-Rod. Okay. Jackson Holiday. Colby Mayo, the third baseman. And Dylan Beavers, the outfielder. It's their 1, their 3, and their 9.
Oh, I saw one that has 5.
Great.
Beavers.
I'll take all 3. Yeah. And if you don't like that, God bless. Kick rocks.
Yes.
But that's a Godfather offer that if that's on the table, Mark, I'm doing it.
But here's the problem, Mike. The hit rate of prospects is what? Under 30%.
It's not optimal.
Under 30%.
Yeah.
So if you get 3 prospects,
2 of them got to pan out,
and 1 hits, which is the going rate, you've now gotten 1 good player maybe 3 years from now.
No,
for Tarek Skubal.
No. Whoever they get is going to play.
Mark, if
they made the trade right now, he'd be in the lineup tomorrow.
Right, Mayo and Holiday would be starting Saturday.
But when are they good?
Well, that's my whole point about Clark and McGonigal.
Okay.
See, when everybody wants to touch their chandelier over Clark and McGonigal, hitting on like they're hitting high school pitching at single A, it's like, okay, when will I know that Max Clark is an all-star? Well, that's probably 600 to 800 at bats deep. So you're into 2027.
Right.
See, there's my issue. So I'm fine. I know you want to re-sign him. Great, sign him. But it's going to take the organization to do something that I don't know. Stoney, where are you at? I don't have a huge amount of faith that I'm going to wake up next season with a $170 million payroll.
Right. And if you want to keep him, by the time he's ready for free agency, where are they?
Well, that's my point.
Clark,
If you're not trading him, you're re-signing him. And
Right.
Mark is not in the, I like my teddy bear, I'm keeping it. Wah. No, he wants to re-sign him.
Right.
Which, what have I said?
Right.
Great. But then Chris, Crazy Puffs,
Yes.
spend some loot here. It's time.
By the way, here's a little thing that might make you happy. Not about Skubal, but another one of your favorite Tigers, in quotes.
What?
The Philadelphia Phillies want a platoon partner for Brandon Marsh. There's 6 trade candidates. One of them is listed as Mark Canha.
Take him.
I know.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Anything you
and
want.
there's a history
He
of
cannot
Scott
hit.
Harris trading with Dave Dombrowski that's worked out pretty good.
Great. So what? So it's going to be Skubal re-signing?
Yes. Well, we've certainly got re-signing Skubal coming up. I've got the top 10 athletes in Detroit right now. We're going to look at the importance of an ace in terms of winning the World Series, and does Dan Campbell need to dial it back just a wee bit? He is number 2 on the aggressiveness index, and as you know, there's a fine line between aggressive and reckless.
All right, I need you to do one thing. Hold on. Costa's head is going to explode with that topic. Here's what you got to do, though. If you're going to do the winning the World Series with an ace, I know you love the data. Look up what payroll correlation there is.
And you know what? On that point, we are speeding towards a crossroads, gentlemen, where, we get all the venting and the frustration from the audience. They're upset about the payroll, yada, yada. And, Scott Harris has said all the right things, as you mentioned, said all the right things. We're coming towards an unavoidable crossroads where that answer is going to be very clear.
That's it.
Don't you think?
Yeah, 100%. No doubt. All right, Mark Ryan's next, Tony. Thank you so
Great
much.
week. Had a great time.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Have a good weekend.
See you Monday, guys.